the extension? Even though you're the only son?
I was already the only son, so shoot, I must be moving up the ladder.
And just, you took her to the NFL Honors. What did that mean to you, being able to do that for her, and now that you're back with the Lions for a long time?
I mean, for me, it's absolutely huge. I mean, there's no doubt, the type of influence and the way that my mom has helped me, throughout my life and supported me. So for her to be able to have that experience, especially for, the Walter Payton Award and stuff like that, and to see the way her spirit has had an impact on me and the way I move and the way I maneuver, out here, it's awesome. There's really no other words. I mean, she really enjoyed it. She loved the experience. She was on red carpet and all that kind of stuff. So, I mean, she's a star. That's how I look at it. She raised me. She's a star. So,
Tim?
Hey, Jason, congratulations on track.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it.
What was it, Jason, about this team and your role in this offense that just really made it appealing and wanted you to re-sign with this team?
I think it starts with, Coach Campbell and Brad Holmes and kind of them building this foundation from the ground up and that toughness and that grit and the attitude and the mentality that we bring to the field. I mean, I feel like you saw it in every single game. I mean, it was a group that absolutely would never stop fighting, regardless of the score, regardless of what it looks like, what happened last play. And I really carry that same mindset. So, me being the fullback, me being kind of the physical enforcer on the offense, that being my role. I'm happy. I'm ready to continue to expand and continue to grow in my role and continue to be a leader for these guys and do what I can as a vet for the younger guys and just set an example, really.
Thanks. Congrats again.
Thank you.
Justin?
Hey, Jason, stability is so rare in this profession, and you came here in maybe one of the most unstable roles, a practice squad guy coming across the country with no preseason. So, this new deal could keep you here for 5 full seasons. Just what does that stability mean to you?
Everything. Not a whole lot of people know my story about, being drafted and being on practice squad, the defense, the offense, it's been quite a roller coaster of a ride. So to be in a place where I can feel more stable, I can feel focused on my position and on growing and knowing exactly, what's expected of me and kind of what I need to focus on and stuff is huge for me, especially in the off season and working out and training. So that's very, very, it relieves a whole lot of anxiety. I think not a lot of guys talk about, mental health and kind of what that toll can be and being on practice squad and being cut, being released, not knowing what next year might look like, things like that. So to be in a place where I can just focus on just getting better, every single day is a blessing.
We've heard Dan multiple times talk about just how much he appreciates what you bring to the table for this team. I don't know if we really heard your perspective of the relationship with Dan. How have you connected with him in this first year?
I think to me, I've really never had a coach where, I can look him in the eye and I know he'd go to battle with me. I know for a fact, Coach Campbell would put those pads on and go out with us and play, if he could. And that means a lot to me because he's been in our shoes. He knows the grind. He knows the pain. He knows what it feels like after games for your body to be beat up. So, when he speaks, there's another level of intensity, another level of locking that you have because there's just a high level of respect for a man like that. So to be able to have a coach like that leading us, I mean, it's like having the lead general of the army, leading you into war. That's what it feels like. So I'm super, super happy that he's our coach. I mean, he's been, fantastic for us. I mean, very, very motivational. Really all the things that you look for in a coach. So I'm excited to continue working with Coach Campbell.
Thank you, Jason. And another congratulations from me.
Thank you.
Dave?
Hey, Jason, congrats, first of all.
Thanks, Dave.
For you. Can you just reflect a little bit more on your journey? I mean, like Justin said, you were a linebacker a couple of years ago, and you came here as a practice squad guy, and now you're a guy that, the organization sees fit to be part of this, rebuild. Just what does all that mean to you, having traveled the road that you did to get here?
Yeah, man. It's I've been scratching and crawling, if I'm being honest. from being undrafted, being with the Raiders, getting promoted, what was it, week 4, week 5, and playing linebacker, feeling like I played well. And then going into my second year, feeling like I had a great camp. He's better than my rookie year, and still getting cut and coming up short there. To having an opportunity here in Detroit, well, I was still playing defense, and just the grind of being on practice squad for 12 weeks straight, when I came here and really expected to play early. And really didn't get my shot on defense necessarily, that second year, but, played special teams those last 4 games and really just did whatever I could and took advantage of every opportunity I could. And when you ask any of those guys who were on that team that year, I used to go so hard on practice squad. I was just, you were going to play me. There was no choice. There was no, I didn't care. I came here just trying to prove myself and prove that I belonged. And, that constant journey, that constant fight, and, mentally dealing with that, feeling like you may be better than some others, or feeling like you should be playing and you're not, and just having to keep your head down and just work and knowing that, your opportunity will come to the next year, going into training camp, still playing linebacker, and 2-3 weeks in a training camp, switching to offense. So it's just been a lot of change, a lot of adjusting, a lot of, on the fly, but just doing what I can and kind of thriving in that role that was that my second year here. When I had switched to offense and, finally playing a full 16 games during the season and kind of having that role was awesome. And then going into this past off season, knowing that I was going to be playing offense, and being in a place where, okay, I'm training offensively, I'm hitting all my movements better, because even going into that year that I switched to offense, I was still training as a linebacker. So all the movements offensively and stuff, I was still a bit raw in that sense. So being able to clean a lot of those things up last offseason, I think really helped my game going into this season last year, and obviously will, going into next year's game. So I'm just really focused on improving, taking it one day at a time, because that's really all we can do. We all just have 24 hours, and it's really all about, what you do with it. But I'm focused. I'm excited. I just can't wait.
I think a lot of the offensive linemen have talked about how much trouble you gave them when you were running scout team.
Oh man, those guys. Even Stafford for a little bit hated me, but I think he understood where I was coming from. I was just trying to play, But yeah, those guys hated me. I tried to give them hell every day.
Did you ever? I don't want to say give up hope, because obviously you were still fighting for this, but in your back of your mind, did you ever have any doubts? And if not, why not? Why were you confident that this would, materialize for you this way?
I think there's definitely days where, you may have your doubts or, negative thoughts may creep in, but I've always done a good job of just, believing in God, believing in his plan, having my support system to talk to, and really just believing in myself. I've always believed that I've always been one of the hardest workers, and really just hoping that would take me where I need to go, my work ethic. So really just always residing in my training and relying on, my work ethic and stuff like that, and outworking other people and staying longer and doing what I need to do to kind of get better is really all I've done to get to this point. So
congrats again.
I appreciate it, man.
Last one, Danny.
Hi, Jason. Congrats from all of us.
Thank you.
I want to know if there was a certain moment, either during a game or post game or throughout the week, where you felt like all signs were kind of leading to either making a case for yourself, or even better yet, a contract extension here in Detroit.
Good question. I would say, I think, Hawk probably went down. I think it was middle of the year, maybe middle to towards the end of the year, and I started playing, some tight end, and I was being given more snaps. My role was expanding in that sense. I was lining up in the backfield. I was lining up outside. I was lining up as tight end. So as I saw my versatility in the offense continue to grow, and the coaches were liking the way I was playing and the physicality that I was playing with. I was out there, really hitting dudes and creating holes for Swift and Craig and Jamal and stuff like that. That's where I really felt like I feel like I'm really one of the better fullbacks in this league. I really feel like I can be the best fullback in this league. And kind of seeing what, Kyle Justice does for 49ers and stuff like that, and watching his film and studying him and feeling like, man, I don't think there's anything that he does on the field that I can't do, And as my role started to continue and flourish, I've started to feel like my coaches kind of feel the same way about me. So for me, it's just about continuing to hone my craft, continuing to get better, and really see how far I can take it.
Thank you, Jason.
Thank you.
All right, thanks for your time and congrats again, Jason.
Thank you. Appreciate you guys.